What's good, everyone, and welcome back. Welcome back to the channel. We have some great things to talk about today. We're going to be talking about Pokemon Crown Zenith, also talking about the specific Japanese Violet EX box that just came out very recently. I want to talk about some prices and what's going on in the market. I think it's a lot of crazy stuff going on. This needs to be talked about, right? Because the same thing happens every single time with the prices. The trend, it just takes off. A lot of people FOMO in, the prices skyrocket, and then they jump back down towards the bottom as people undercut each other. People get the cards graded. You get your PSA 10, you call it a low pop, and then you get 5 or 6x for that card as people also FOMO into those graded cards, knowing that Pokemon is going to print an abundance of these products, and then eventually all of these prices are going to come tumbling down. So that's what we need to talk about. What we're looking at first is TCG player for Crown Zenith. This is the beautiful and stunning ETB. You have your premium ETB, which came from the Pokemon Center, and you also have your normal ETB. Now, I've been looking across social media and people have been saying two things, right? They said, one, I cannot find product anywhere. I think that Pokemon is underprinting this product, and that's due to a couple of reasons. People believe this because, one, they're transitioning over to the new borders for Japanese silver cards. So they're going to deplete their reserves, the yellow borders, and very well that could be true, right? Because we don't know how much reserves that Pokemon has for their yellow borders, so we don't really know how long they're going to print this set. And this is not a booster box set. This is more of a subset, a smaller set. So we don't know how long Pokemon will print this, but I think it's really dependent upon where you live at, right? Because a lot of people have found this product, an abundance of it, in their neck of the woods. It just depends on where you're at. And you may not be lucky, right? You may be living where the scalpers are at. Your store is not stocking it. You can't find any product, and that is unfortunate because this is a very, very awesome set. Another thing, people are saying that the prices of these are going to go up over time, and it is going to appreciate very, very well. While I do agree with that, and the reason why I agree with that, because there's a lot of awesome cards inside of this set. This is a very, very fun set to open, just like Evolving Skies, right? Evolving Skies was an awesome set, had awesome cards, had decent pull rates, and you had a lot of stuff you could open. So I think that's really what you have to look at, right? When you look at a set, is there enough good pulls? And when you look at the market for the good pulls, are they carrying a decent value? If you have a lot of valuable cards inside of that set, I think that set is going to do well over time. And looking at Crown Zenith, there's a lot of cards inside of this set. The secret rares, you have the ultra rares, the Mewtwo VSTAR, the Pikachu cards, the Radiants, which have not a lot, but decent value, right? But there's a lot of stuff. The trainers, there's so many valuable, expensive cards right now inside of this set. I think long term, this is definitely going to be one to hold. Definitely. And it's the last set that carries the yellow borders. A lot of people are happy it's gone, but it's also very, very nostalgic for a lot of people, and they're going to remember this set forever. The set, 25 years, 26 years, the last set to carry Pokemon's English yellow borders. So just remember that. And also the boxes look really good. Lucario is a really cool Pokemon, and I'm very glad that the promo is inside of the ETB, which looks stunning as well, right? Without further ado, let's go ahead and look at the market. Right now, what we see is the secret rare Giratina V-Star. It says it's holding at $148 on TCG Player. So obviously right now, two of the secret rares being the Arceus and the Giratina are doing the best. $108.55 for the Arceus V-Star. And then coming in third right here, we have the ultra rare Mewtwo V-Star coming in at $104.03. And personally, I think this card right here looks better than the gold cards. I would love to pull this out of any of them. And if you look at the market, you can see it already dipped and it came back up. It took another dip, came back up, took another dip, and it's starting to go back up once again. So I think over time, these cards are going to do very, very well. But we have to bear in mind that if you buy at the high, you could lose some money. Let me go ahead and switch to America really quick because it's showing that these are not actually in stock. Okay, now we're good. Everything's in stock. So Moving on down, we see the Origin Form Dialga at $59, a lot cheaper than the Arceus and the Giratina. We also see the Palkia at $58, right under the Dialga. We see the ETB is sitting right around $63, which is not bad, pretty decent. Another banger of a hit right here in Evolution. You can get right here the Leafeon VSTAR for $42, the Glaceon, another beautiful card for $36.50. I actually bought that one in Japanese. And then you have the Suicune. This is the one I want. It's 33 bucks right now in the market on TCG Player. But moving over to eBay really quickly, we're going to look at some sold listings for PSA cards. And this is where I want to make the comparison, right? So, for example, when we move to the top, one of the most expensive cards, like I mentioned, we see the Giratina and the Arceus. So I know they're going to have that for sale. As we move on down right here, we see the Galarian Gallery Giratina right here sold for $759.94. We've seen another Giratina sell for $765. Now, this is crazy to me. I'm going to go ahead and say it bluntly. It's dumb, right? It's dumb. People are FOMOing in. This card is like a $148 card. You pull a 10, instantly you're getting like $800. You can literally buy like 4 or 5 of these cards, and possibly you could pull 2 to 3 10s with those 5 cards, especially if you put them in different submissions. They're probably not going to grade them all 10s, right? If you send them all to PSA, you probably won't get back-to-back 10s. But if you put them in different submissions and they are modern cards and they look really good, I don't mean pack fresh, right? Because pack fresh don't mean that they're in good condition. But I'm saying if you get good cards and you buy them off the market for $148 near mint, you look them through and they look good, right? You may get some 10s and you can sell them for $800. And we know this is going to come down in value. We know it's going to come down in value because this is a crazy price, especially versus the raw price. And that's what I see time and time again, is that the graded price, the correlation of it just doesn't make sense with the raw price, especially for a modern card that just came out. It is pure FOMO at that point, right? And sometimes you also see manipulation of the market. As we move down, we actually see a Japanese Mewtwo, which sold for $138.99. So when you look at the English version right here for almost $100, this Japanese one, PSA 10, only sold for $139, which is a really gracious deal. And typically I buy a lot of Japanese and they pop and they look really good. So if you really want this card and you don't mind buying Japanese, or you're a Japanese card collector, then bear in mind, look at this, right? $138. The disparity between the raw and the graded price is not bad at all. Really not bad at all. So that goes to show that the American market is FOMOing in. And it's just crazy because when you look at this Pikachu, February 8th, right? $447 for a PSA 10 for this card. And last time I checked it, it was like $30, maybe 28 bucks on the market. Incredibly cheap. And it's a $500 PSA 10. Crazy to me. It is absolutely crazy to me. Now let's go ahead and transition over to Japanese Scarlet Violet. So this is specifically the Violet set. This is the hottest card probably in the Japanese set right now. We're going to see a lot of this stuff move over to the English side very, very soon when Scarlet Violet comes out for us. But looking at these cards, this is the Miriam. This is the SAR, a very beautiful and stunning card. Do not get me wrong, right? It's in Japanese and it is going for a crazy amount of money. This card is definitely hyped up right now and people are taking full advantage of people buying this card. So as we move down right here, February 4th, this card sold for $554. So right now, I see a lot of numbers right around 500 bucks. Looking at the Miriam, $500 right around this range is not a crazy price to be looking at, because a lot of cards that are bangers inside of the set tend to go for around this price. I think this is not a crazy price. I think if you really want the card, this one definitely could go up in the future for the raw price, right? This card is not too bad. And we've seen a lot of cards like Lilies that are in the thousands, right? And you have your alternate artworks, which are the bangers inside of the set, like the Giratina was like 800 bucks when they were grading it. A lot of cards that are top performers inside of the set go for a huge premium. So I don't think $500 right now is actually a bad price. And I'm pretty sure we're going to see a dip in this card. So I don't think it's probably the best time to buy it. I do think this card could take a dip depending on how much the set is printed and how many of them are actually out there and hit the market, this card could come down. But long term, I definitely think this card is a buyer. It is definitely a pickup. This is right now, so far, probably one of the most desirable cards inside of the Violet set for Japanese. And I do not think that this is a bad price. And this one right here was $485. If you can get on a proxy service and get it under 500 bucks, I would definitely snag it. And if you want to wait, the price could come down and you could get even a better deal than this. But this is not the crazy part, right? The crazy part is when you move over to eBay and you start looking at what these people are asking for this card. This person is asking $50,000 for this PSA 10 Miriam, and it absolutely blows my mind. And of course, this will never sell. It's just dumb. It's dumb that people even ask this. But beyond that, you have people asking thousands, right? $2,000 for this one right here, 14 watchers, and people are hawking it. They want to see if it sells because they want to grade theirs and they want to go out there and grade them so that way they can sell theirs as well. And you have this other beautiful Miriam right here, SR 100 of 78, selling for $1,100 or best offer. So that's what they're trying to sell this one for, probably the second best card compared to this one right here, the SAR. And you also have a person down here, another PSA 10, asking $2,500 with 23 watchers. Absolutely blows my mind. And what's crazy is somebody is going to buy this, guaranteed, right? Somebody is going to spend $1,000, $2,000 on this card to have it to put inside of their set to say, you know what, I'm done. I don't have to grade the card, go looking for it, take a chance. It's in my collection forever. I really want it. And you know what? Kudos to you. But I would not do it. I would not spend $2,000 for this brand new card, especially when you can pick them up for like $480, $500 and take your chances. I could buy 4 of these and grade them for damn near the price of what these people are asking and almost guarantee myself to get 110, especially knowing how great Japanese grades with the quality they have, the quality control, that I'm probably going to get 2 out of 4 10s, which is absolutely mind-blowing to me. So drop a comment. Let me know what y'all think. Do y'all like this card? Are the prices going crazy right now? Don't FOMO in. Let more stuff hit the market, right? There's more that's coming. Scarlet and Violet's coming to the English side. We're going to have more Japanese print hit the market. People are holding on to it. A lot of stuff is manipulated. People are trying to make money, and you don't have to jump in right when it drops. So I appreciate all of you for tuning in. I love each and every one of you, and I'll be back soon with another video, and I'll see y'all later. Out.